So in the previous video you saw us doing all the wing tubes and basically the final bits and pieces to the structure of the wing before we start sheeting it. Today we're going to attempt to start sheeting it. So what's the plan? Well, this wing appears to have a flat bottom part to the section between the two spars. So if we can pack that on the bench securely to keep the wing straight and true while we're sheeting, it should help keep the wing straight and true. Dimensionally, from the front to the back, there isn't anything that matches neatly 4-inch wide sheeting where we want it to be. So what we're going to have to do is join some sheeting together and then put the structure onto that and glue it in place. Sounds a bit complicated, but it should be quite simple. We will have to block up or pack up the forward spar because the sheeting only comes to roughly there, about 20mm back from the rear sheeting of the bottom side. The first section is only going to come to about there from the trailing edge, which means that we need to pack up the spar to make sure it's all the same level all the way across, so we can weigh it down and have the sheeting in place neatly. What we're going to do then is join two pieces of sheeting, which we're going to be gluing in, and use a third piece underneath the spar, loose, just to pack it up. There's going to be various other bits and pieces that we do as we go along, and hopefully we'll be able to describe that to you as we go. So then guys, things have moved on a little bit more. It's been a good while actually since I last touched this wing. It's probably been seconds for you watching this, but things have progressed. I actually really can't remember where I left it, but we've now got aileron end pieces in, so they're going to form the end of the aileron once it's cut out. Aileron horn support piece. So that's going to give something for the aileron horn to screw into. We've got the trailing edge infill pieces in, so that will again form the trailing edge of the wing. And then behind that we've got some of these blocks that have been shaped to fit inside. Again, I don't know how really better to see. They fit inside the shear web, so they actually glue to this piece of balsa and the shear web, and they're hinge support blocks. So when we drill through, there's got something for the hinge to glue into. And the next stage really is going to be getting the sheeting ready to sheet from this trailing edge forwards. So I'm going to have to get, I think, 3 pieces of sheeting edge joined to create one big sheet. While that's gluing, I'm going to sand down and shape the leading edge to accept that sheeting. I'm sorry, I'm still half asleep this morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning just now, and I'm trying to get as much done as I can in the time I've got available. I've had a unannounced trip home I was meant to be away for like 8 weeks, and for various reasons I'm home for like 3 or 4 days in between that trip, so I'm trying to make use of the time to get on with this. So yeah, glue the sheeting together, the sheets of sheeting together, plain sand down that leading edge, and then should be able to get some sheeting on. So that's the piece of sheeting, edge joint, and gluing up. This joint here is actually dried already. I did that earlier, left it a little while. This one has literally just gone down. What I've done is I've laid them down flat, taped the joints to put them tight, turned it over, opened it up so it's like a V shape, run some glue into it, and then laid it flat again, and then taken a damp cloth across the top to take the excess glue off. I'll leave this now to dry for a couple of hours probably, and then come back and see if we can't get it onto the wing itself. In the meantime, I've been working on this other wing. Had a little bit of an accident with the sanding, sanded a little bit too far here, I don't know if you're able to see that, so I'm just gluing on another piece that I can then sand back to create the right shape and keep it strong. Nothing too major, just went a bit too mad with the sanding block. So yeah, we're getting there. So hopefully later we'll be able to get some sheeting onto that wing there and progress it even more. I think I've missed a bit of filming out while doing this. The camera that I use for doing the time-lapse stuff has been playing up, but as you can see we're a little bit further along now. You have to excuse me, this morning I've woken up with a really sore throat. Wife's been ill last week or so with some cold and sore throat. I'm hoping I'm not coming down with it. Probably will be though. So this is the right wing panel. Top sheeting was put on yesterday, and this morning, literally now before I picked up the camera, the aileron sheeting, top sheeting, and the inboard top sheeting has been put on. So we need to leave this now for a good few hours to dry out thoroughly, and then we can start shaping again. We can get the leading edge, sorry, not the leading edge, inboard root edges all squared up. We can get the leading edge nicely squared up, so I can get the piece of, I can't remember if it's 1/4 or 3/16 that goes on the front, get that glued on. Once that's glued on, we can then shape the leading edge round. At that point, oh no, what I've got to square up the trailing edge and get the trailing edge piece on as well. There's a piece of 1/16, 1/8 by 1/4 that goes on the trailing edge to join that all together. Once I've got those bits on, I can shape it. If nothing else, just shape the root, so I can then slide this side wing panel onto the fuselage and get the fairing in place, which will then allow us to do some more work on the fuselage, the sheeting, get some more block work done. I'm pointing it over there because it's behind you just now. Get some block work done on that, which will then allow us to progress the fuselage. While we've got that out, I want to be able to put both wing panels back onto the fuselage, and get them all just had an interruption there from my wife. She's going to ask me something, I don't know what. Where was I? Yeah, I want to get both wing panels onto the fuselage so I can sit the tailplane on to make sure the tailplane's all square to the wing. There's no reason why it shouldn't be, but I want to check sooner rather than later so I can square it up if need be. Once that's done, we can then see about getting the tailplane on, getting the fin on, getting everything strengthened up, to make sure it's all nice. Where was I? I think I was talking about tailplane. So once we can get the tailplane on, well, not on, but just sat on, check it all square. Once I'm happy with that, we can then progress more on the fuselage, which will then allow us to get much further with everything. At that stage, once we've got to that stage, it means that both wings then can have their ailerons cut out, and we can face the ailerons. So the next task I'm going to do later on today, once I can move this safely off the board, is get the sheeting that I've got somewhere over there out and get that laminated together, because that's going to form, to get the right thickness that I want, that's going to form the leading edge of the ailerons. So yeah, lots of work to be done, but we're all moving in the right direction. Once this is dried up, cured, wood ready, I'll come back to you and show you what we've got. Right then, so same wing panel, leading edge is gluing on. This is like the second leading edge. So the first leading edge goes onto the ribs, the sheeting goes over that sub leading edge, and then the second most forward leading edge goes on to encapsulate the sheeting. Got the, let's say, the trailing edge going on. This is just like a sub piece again. I don't know if it's meant to be there or not, but it's like a capping for where the sheeting meets at the trailing edge, just to give it a little bit more strength. So that's all gluing up just now. The next stage, really, once this is dry, is getting, I think I said before, getting the leading edge shaped, trailing edge shaped, even if it's just at the root, so we can check the fit on the fuselage and get the fuselage progressed. That might be later on tonight. It's about lunchtime just now. Once it's all dry, that's just the first bit to do. Really, the next bit on the wing is to get the tip done. We'll get some supporting pieces in here and like a cap strip there, and then we can get the, what I'm calling cap strips, on there and on there. Might be easier to show you on this one. So again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but there's like cap strips here. I'm putting these balsa blocks in. This is basically just to give this edge a bit more support when covering. These will be sanded back, so there'll be very little shape that would be seen, but it gives more surface area for the covering to stick to. And there's been another piece put in here and in there, obviously. Once that's done, really the next big thing after that is ailerons being cut out, but I suspect I'll leave that for another video. So we're getting there, but I suspect I'll leave this video here just now. If you're liking this sort of content, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I'll see you again.